The real pill is that nothing out there is actually happening that requires your attention, requires that you focus on it, prepare for it, because it's definitely going to happen the way that's being marketed to you. And so we all must collectively install that fear in preparation for the next big thing. I don't know about you, but whenever you're looking at this screen, the one that you're holding in your hand probably, or the TV or wherever, that screen always carries all these meta traits and characteristics, color, storytelling, pop out things, translations, animations, all this crazy stuff to install into your mind about the certainty of what you're seeing in the screen. When you actually look at your own reality screen, and none of that ever appears to occur that way at all. It's just kind of raw reality. So when you look at the things that are out there happening in the world, it's not that they're not happening. They probably are. But you have to realize that there's an abundance of filtering applied over top of it just to make it interesting. Otherwise, if it was just shown as raw or real, it probably wouldn't be very interesting at all. So at that point, you almost have to question, who is the one behind the camera trying to show you things? And why are they doing that? Right? I think I heard that quote or seen a video clip about that somewhere. So when it comes down to it, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening out there that really requires your attention. And why would you have to really prepare for something so big in advance when, in fact, in nearly every instance of my life, I've realized that I'm always psychically notified every time something big is about to occur in my reality. And it cancels out any preparation that I ever would have tried to do because, like I said, how can you prepare for something that hasn't happened yet? Because only when it's occurring do you actually know what to do. So there's all this fear being ramped up right now. There's all these things that are feeling very real that are about to happen. Like we're all about to like purge and go into an entirely new dimension, whether it's going to be very good or very bad. And my whole answer to a lot of that is to completely ignore both sides, actually, because the most probable answer is that nothing happens at all. I mean, you could like bet that to the moon. I mean, like that's always been the case. Doesn't it seem like nothing ever happens? Maybe this time's different. Yeah, that's said about like what, a bajillion times. Nothing ever happens. So when you get down to it, the real pill in its most basic form is that when you're looking at life around you, you have to realize that even you yourself, you see it through a series of lenses. You see it through your own filtering mechanism. And perhaps that's a mechanism that you have to refine and reshape and reprogram. Perhaps there's embeddings behind how you filter things that you need to figure out to launch your own next spiritual awakening. But the core of the idea here is that, do you want someone else to design your reality, or do you want to design your own reality? That's really what it comes down to. You know, when you're looking at the phone, when you're watching news, you're hearing opinions, you're even watching this video. In some sense, we're all influencing you to shape and change your configuration unconsciously in some direction that we perceive that we want to do for you. But when you intake information in that basic input layer, where are you then storing that? Are you storing it in places that are useful? Are you putting it in places that you actually decide to put it there? Or is it just going in your mind, getting auto-arranged, and slowly but surely you just change and form into a completely different person based upon the things that people told you or what people said to you? Ultimately, when it comes down to designing your reality, because I've got this question a few times, it's not about buying things. It's not about like elevating a lifestyle. It's not about like a self-development guru, tech bro type thing. It's about designing the fundamental operating system for how you perceive reality. Because when that's designed, it doesn't matter what's on the material because it's all a texture of the screen that you're in. It's all a bonus. It's all things that are kind of cool to have, but you don't need it. So when everything's out there happening and everyone's trying to get you involved in things that are so temporary, fleeting, it doesn't matter. And next week, everyone's on to the next thing and on to the next thing after that. Just realize that That's all part of the design. And this doesn't have to be a part of your design at all. You can just hear that information bloop, and just have it go right on through. It streams on in, you take it, you send it to a different direction. You don't need it. You don't need people's opinions about how we're all kind of collectively narrating the destruction of the world when you look outside your window and it's a perfectly beautiful sunny day. It doesn't make any sense. So design your reality, design your perception, design how you want to have your own thoughts about things, and just make that be your highest goal. And you'd be surprised what happens for you when you do that. So nothing out there is real. It kind of is, but it doesn't need to be real for you. It just doesn't.